Let's get straight to the point. A longtime crypto investor who goes by the name Pumpius has made a bold claim. XRP could one day be worth $1 million per coin. Yes, that's $1 million for a token that's trading around just $2 today. Is this a wild fantasy, or is there something more to this idea? Well, according to Pumpius, this prediction is not based on hype, but on what he believes is Ripple's long-term strategy to power the future of a tokenized global economy. While other crypto projects are chasing headlines and meme-driven pumps, Ripple is, as he puts it, quietly tokenizing the real world. Now, let's break that down. Pumpius points to several developments Ripple has been involved in that most people in crypto might not even notice. For example, he mentions a government-backed real estate tokenization pilot in Colombia, upgrades to the XRP Ledger like XLS-20 and XLS-30 that support NFTs and token issuance, and Ripple's work on CBDC infrastructure, that's central bank digital currencies, which are already deployed in some cases. There's also Ripple's $100 million commitment to tokenizing carbon markets, and their partnerships with regulated entities like Arcax and OpenEden. These are serious moves that show Ripple is not just building a payment system, but potentially a full-scale platform for moving any kind of value, not just money, but real-world assets like real estate, stocks, and bonds. Here's where things get even more interesting. Citing reports from Boston Consulting Group and Citi, Pumpius says $16 trillion in real-world assets could be tokenized by 2030. But he argues that's only the beginning. If you include $300 trillion in real estate, $100 trillion in stocks, over $100 trillion in bonds, plus global currencies and commodities, the total value of tokenized assets could surpass $1 quadrillion. And in such a massive digital economy, you need a universal bridge asset, something fast, scalable, and capable of handling trillions in value every day. According to Pumpius, that's exactly what XRP is designed for. Unlike Bitcoin, which is often treated as a store of value, XRP is built for movement. It offers 3 to 5 second settlement times, has a built-in decentralized exchange, DX, automated market maker, AMM, functionality, and native support for different kinds of assets. It also includes programmability through hooks and sidechains, and it's built with regulatory compliance in mind. Now, is this enough to support a $1 million price tag? Pumpius believes so, if XRP becomes the backbone of this tokenized world. He argues that scarcity plays a role. With a fixed supply of 100 billion XRP and large portions locked or burned, the remaining supply would need to support massive global liquidity. He writes, "You won't buy a house with XRP. Your house might be XRP." It's a provocative statement. He's suggesting that assets themselves could be directly represented as XRP tokens, meaning XRP wouldn't just transfer value, it would become the value. Now, of course, there are plenty of skeptics. Many say a $1 million XRP is pure fantasy, and honestly, it's fair to be skeptical. This kind of prediction sounds more like science fiction than finance. But let's not forget, many people in the 1990s also thought the internet was a joke. Then came Amazon, Google, and smartphones, and now we can't imagine life without them. Pumpius's argument is that XRP's potential future might feel just as unbelievable today, but that doesn't make it impossible. Interestingly, this isn't the first time we've heard this kind of prediction. Quincy Jones, a developer from the XDC Foundation, once said in a viral video that XRP could reach $100,000 or even $1 million, depending on how much value flows through the ledger. He explained that XRP acts as a liquidity bridge, not just for money, but for stocks, bonds, currencies, and more. In one scenario, he described $100 trillion in equity and $500 million in debt being issued on XRP Ledger, which, in theory, could push XRP's value much higher. But Jones also acknowledged the speculative nature of these ideas. These aren't predictions based on current adoption, but on what could happen if the world moves toward full tokenization and Ripple captures the infrastructure layer of that system. So what does this leave us? On one hand, this $1 million prediction is clearly highly speculative, and we need to treat it that way. But on the other hand, it's worth paying attention to the long-term moves Ripple is making, especially when they're not chasing headlines, but building what might be a foundation for something much bigger. We've seen before how technologies that once seemed absurd became part of everyday life. Could XRP be the next example? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure, Ripple is playing the long game, and it's worth watching closely. Thanks for watching.